seconds, boss?
Sure.
Okay, we're ready.
All right, good afternoon. I'm here because we have had some scams going on lately in our county, and in particular, it's affecting a very prominent part of our community in doctors. This is a jury scam that has happened again, and we've had 60 victims that have fallen prey to this, to the tune of $5,000 for each victim. And they're particularly targeting our medical community, which of course has done so much during the pandemic. They're calling doctors and saying your license is going to be revoked because you have an outstanding warrant for jury service. And so it is imperative that we get this message out to the entire community so that nobody falls prey to this again. They're even getting people to disrobe themselves in this process. So these people are extremely convincing when they call and say that you have a warrant for your arrest for failing to show up for jury service. As I told you, many doctors have fallen for this, and they're highly educated people. And it's just, it implicates our office. They're saying that they are a lieutenant from our office. The phone number that comes up on the screen is our warrant division. And they're telling you that they keep you on the phone. They get you to go get these gift cards. They're going to tell you to go get gift cards like this and go get them and put $3,000 and $4,000 and $5,000 on them, and then you give them the gift card number on the back. So it's been months since this happened. It usually goes by zip code, and now they're targeting a profession that all of us care for so deeply in our medical community. And sadly, doctors are working so hard now that they really don't have time to really vet the source of this. Let me be clear on this. We don't call you up telling you, law enforcement doesn't call you up and say you got a warrant for your arrest. We don't do that. We either come to your house or we send you a letter saying you have an open warrant for your arrest. That's how we do it. We don't call you up and say this. And we do have the actual voice of the person, and this is the message that we're going to play back for you, so that if any of your viewers hear this, they will actually be able to tell what it is. You'll get to hear the person's voice. It sounds very authoritative. It sounds very real. And you call back this number, and it puts you on hold and tells you this is the warrant division, and it sounds all official, but it's not.
This is Lieutenant Warren with the Harris County Constable's Office. I'm calling in regard to a very important legal matter that does require your immediate attention. Please give us a call back at 281-215-5205, extension 4. Again, this is Lieutenant Horn, and I can be reached at 281-215-5205, extension 4. Thank you.
Now that sounded pretty official.
Hi, Mr. Lickney. This is Lieutenant Horn with the Harris County Constable.
We can play it for you again later.
Yeah.
So you can get us tighter.
So so what's ended up happening, we don't do that. You don't get warrants for your arrest for not going to jury duty. We want to encourage you to go to jury duty, but you certainly don't get a warrant for your arrest for that. This has cost people very serious money. It is a very big problem. I have been in communication with the various leaders, the CEOs of our medical community, where I've written letters for them to disseminate to physicians about this. I was going to get a couple of physicians to come on, but they're so terribly embarrassed by it, which it saddens me. But this is continuing to go on. Here's how you avoid, if somebody calls you like this and you want to know if you have a warrant for your arrest, call our office, look it up online, and call our warrant division. You can call any law enforcement agency's warrant division. If they tell you who they're with, you can call that agency. You'll talk to them directly. Don't call back this number because they're going to get you. They're going to sound convincing. They have made people disrobe. So it's a very serious situation. We want to prevent people from having this happen to them and falling scam to it. It's happening a whole lot. We're seeing a surge in this. and it's terribly important for you to get this out to the community to ensure that they don't fall prey to it.
Constable, what do you mean they made people disrobe?
They've actually got them to show that they're controlling the situation and asked them to basically disrobe and take off clothes.
Oh, live video chat? Like what's happening? Why would they?
They're on the phone. They do FaceTime in some cases with a screen that you can't look back at. They sound extremely convincing. So I mean, people who are highly intelligent in our medical community are falling prey to this.
Are they targeting a particular racial or ethnic demographic of doctors?
Mostly women. Mostly women is what we're seeing. Out of the victims that we see, it's been mostly women physicians.
So when they get these calls, they're not only saying that they're with your office, but then they're asking them to disrobe?
Yeah, well,
So
through
at what point do the physicians not think that that's something that a
I
officer
wish I had the answer for that. I can tell you that I don't know what convinces people to fall for this, because as soon as they ask you to get gift cards or these kind of money pack cards, should be a very, very glowing thing. Government's not going to ask you to go and get money pack cards. And essentially what they do is you load the money on this card, and then they tell you to give the number off of the back of it, and then they swipe the money electronically, and you never, ever get to see this person, talk to this person. You don't get a receipt saying you cleared it up. We followed one of these cases because it was a lawyer who actually stayed on the phone with the individual, with the scammer. He was instructed to take the gift pack cards, these cards, to a specific mailbox and give him the number off of the mailbox so he could prove that he was at that mailbox and put it in. And we had a surveillance team on that mailbox for hours. And this is at the beginning of the scam, when the scam first came out, and we were trying to figure out what they were actually doing. But the money had already been scammed. We found the envelope. We got the U.S. Postal Police involved. We found the envelope. It was made out to a credible Harris County official, the mailing address, but the money had already been swiped off. So it's sad it's happening to our medical community that we all rely on, but and I have communicated with all the heads of the medical facilities locally and told them to disseminate this concern for us as well.
When you say disrobe, take their clothes off, why though? If they're saying, hey, prove that you're not carrying a weapon,
Yeah,
or
or
what is the reason?
Yeah, they're telling them to take, it's really to control, to make sure they have full control of them. And so they're asking them to disrobe to make sure that they're not carrying a weapon or they're not doing anything in anticipation that they're going to meet and give them the gift cards. They don't tell them that you're not going to meet and actually exchange the gift cards. So they're making sure that they're not armed, they don't have any weapons, they're not doing anything that could hurt the person. It's just more of the story, more of the ruse.
Do you think this scammer is local?
It's hard to say. It sounded very local. The voice sounded very local, but it's really hard to say. In order for us to work these cases and find out, pinpoint exactly where they are, there's a lot of work that goes into it. And generally speaking, after 2 days, the number that they provide goes bad.
Have you heard from other agencies around here that are experiencing the same?
I know that Galveston County had some. We had some. We had a local judge's wife who got this same scam call. We had a police officer's wife that actually paid. She didn't want to tell her husband that she had forgotten to go to jury duty, and fell for it. So it's they're very convincing. They seem very legit. You call the number back. It always goes to a recorder that says, you've reached the warrant division of whatever agency they're using, and someone will be with you right away.
Does it show up on caller ID?
It does.
As
And
Constable Alan Rosen's
they're,
office?
they're showing our warrant division number, which if you were to backtrack our warrant division number, you'd see that. But what we're telling people is please, please, please call our agency, or call any agency. Call the agency they say they're with. Actually look it up on your phone and call the agency's main number and say, I've just been called about having a warrant for my arrest for not attending jury duty. And then the ruse will be up. But I'm telling you, 60 people, $5,000 a piece, fell for this.
Do you think that the person behind it could be associated with law enforcement in Harris County or your office?
God, no, not my office. No, I don't think so. I think this is just more of a scam that they've picked up on. Now, it goes away. It'll go away once, like y'all are gonna talk about it. It's gonna go away for a few months. And then a new scam. The old scam was they would get you to mail it. Now they're not even asking you to mail it. They're just getting you to go get the cards, and they keep you on the phone the whole time that you go and buy these cards at the store.
What is it that they're saying that would, I mean, if somebody said you have to stay on the phone the whole time, I would just hang up. What is it
I
that
would
they're
too.
saying, that, like, if you don't come in, we're gonna come arrest you?
Yes.
We're gonna get you?
Yes, we've got a team very near your house that if you don't want to get this resolved, we're coming to your house. Or we're coming to your place of business, which is even worse for doctors. So they're like, hey, I want to get this resolved right now, right away, and it's a complete scam.
Any idea how long the people are on the phone for? How long they're keeping them?
However long it takes them to get them enrolled in the fact that they have a warrant for their arrest, and then get them to go get these money packs.
Does it seem like they have personal information about their victims? Do they know who they're calling?
Yeah, they may be able to look it up through various sources that are public sources, where at least you can get their name. They have their name and phone number because they're calling them, so they know. In the past,
How do they know they have a medical
I don't know if they're looking them up. You can go to the Texas Medical Board and look up anybody's name you want, and it'll tell you if they're a doctor, where they're a doctor, usually their number at their office. Generally speaking, they're calling them at home. They're not calling them at the office. And then, of course, you have a medical license that you work so hard for, only for them to think that it's in legal jeopardy by having a warrant, or the embarrassment of having somebody come to your place of business and actually arrest you. It's pretty frightening, I'm sure, for these physicians and others. We've had a lawyer fall for it, you know.
What's the first report of this scam and what's the most recent?
Ooh.
Like, how long has this?
We just had one.
Yeah, it's been within a few days.
Yeah.
Maybe,
And the first
maybe
report
a
of it?
week. First one's been probably a year ago, but we really started concentrating on when we figured out they were using our name. He can tell you more about it.
Yeah.
The last 6 months, we've been really getting
A lot of calls,
Yeah.
and a lot of people have come up here. And it's sad because, again, these are people who work so hard, just like we all do, for their money, and only to be scammed. And the likelihood, you know, we're pursuing some of these cases, but it's very difficult because they're spoofing the number. They're not calling from their cell phone number, they're spoofing the number to actually get you to comply, and then the number goes bad. We've subpoenaed those records as well, but they can go through an IP address, and it's a maze. It's a maze. But the most important thing we can do today is ensure that you guys get this out to your listeners, to your viewers, and for them to be aware of it. When in doubt, if the person will not allow you to put them on hold to call law enforcement to check, hang up. Hang up. Just hang up the phone. I mean, I really want to keep this alive so that people don't really pray victim to this anymore.
We actually have a deputy by that name.
Yeah, they're using a real employee's name.
Yeah.
They are.
And that employee has denied involvement?
Oh, yeah. He's yeah.
Maybe we should check that out.
Right.
We know already.
He's a very, very, very good investigator. And he's not even in our warrant division, he's over our investigations. He's a lieutenant. So, anybody else have any questions?
Jeff, can you play back the?
Yeah, we'll play it back for you. We really